those last 20, taking advantage of high percentage looks.
Well, when you get on the high side of him, he's going to move you. And Devontae Graham have really struggled. They've combined for 12 points.
Newman for three. The Jayhawks had missed their last 9 three-point attempts.
Wow. What a play.
West with the end.
And clean it up with a defensive rebound.
Carter somehow found a seam, and he's got a chance. Carter still going. Miles with the shot clock running down, hits yet another one.
Miles has been the player of the game. What a big-time performance on the road.
Inside 3 minutes to go. Azubuike discards and finishes. Azubuike does it again.
And controlled it this time.
Newman. And they got a 3-on-2.
Got numbers.
Carter too strong, an offensive rebound. Miles.
Oh, you got to shoot that.
Got 2 coming. 4 of those 13 regular season championships for the Jayhawks.
Kansas in a position to foul. Yeah, they're messing around with the ball too much.
Miles inside. Blocked by Azubuike. Newman. Dagger. And now teed him up again. Jamie Lucky just threw him out.
Well, the game was over, so the ejection doesn't really matter as to the outcome of the game. Udoka Azubuike blocked a shot. Referee said he went up with both hands straight up.
A 15-0 run.
We'll talk about
adding to it here.
How much fun was this? What a great atmosphere for a basketball game.
And how much fun will next week be?
Oh.
Texas Tech hosting KU, game day, 4:15 Eastern. Lubbock.
Hit the 3 to tie it at 66, I believe. I mean, that was the play of the game. 34 free throws. Now 35-2.
And Kansas will win it. A big second half comeback and a huge win within the Big 12 as West Virginia drops to 8-6. Kansas goes to 10-4 at the moment. A half game back of Texas Tech for top spot in the league as the Jayhawks look to set a record if they could claim at least a share of their 14th consecutive regular season conference championship.
Sherfield trying to step through, gives it off to Hill, who puts it in. Groves thought about it, barrels his way at the basket, left hand is in. Closing it on 5 to go, the lead is 10. Harris finds Adams and the stuff. Wilson. Closing on 3.5 to go. Sooners haven't won here since 1993. Harris gets it to go.
Had what they wanted, couldn't make it.
Nolan wide open at the basket.
That's got to be
Grady
goaltending.
Dick.
Yep.
They got goaltending.
Yep.
McCullough inside finds Adams for 2. Inside left hand. Grady Dick, huge rebound.
Nice pass.
Adams the throwdown. Dick with the rebound.
I think you keep playing if you're Kansas. Attack.
McCullough at the basket. Kansas with the lead and 1. Fighting through a massive drought in this one. And Wilson makes them both, pumps his fist.
When Kansas is not making the 3, Bill Self has them attacking the basket. Straight man, pick up at about half court. Keep the ball in front of you if you're Kansas.
Nolan off the mark. And that's going to do it. They flip it up to Grady Dick. And the Jayhawks escape at home.
Here's the final minute. And they keep a double digit going into halftime. Asbury, they come out on him. Great toss, catch, flush. Cisse. Wilson lost the ball. Right ahead. Newton with the layup. And he's fouled. Goodness. Great point. And so Kansas inbounds. Grady Dick has hit 1 3, and he's had a man in his face all day long. Look at the big fella. Martin with the catch. Good rotation. Dick, quick release. Got the three.
And they've done that most of the half, so you want to go with about 3 seconds left. Make sure you get the last one.
Wright waits for the screen. Shoots the three. And hits the three. National championship against North Carolina. They were down by 16 at one point and came back to win it. Harris hits a three. Grady Dick, wide open.
Some form. There's John Michael Wright. Good look.
Nice rebound by Boone.
Opportunity for a good look here.
Thompson's three.
Got that guy behind you. Get into the shots you want quickly.
You see the turnover story. 3 already this half for Oklahoma State. Adams. Played really well for Oklahoma State in the first half. They're going to need him here.
Yep.
Harris distributes. McCullough. Wright falling away. Big rebound there. Newton with a putback. Harris thought about a three. Wilson driving. Wilson reverse. Unofficial leaders in exit velocity for blocks.
That certainly had a lot of speed on it.
Yes, a foo. The color in the lane. Fouls. Free throws. Fire Country. Friday 9, 8 Central.
Yeah, because of the scramble. And because of the non-continuation, I don't think he had gathered to shoot it.
That's Wilson.
A handful, 2 hands full? Yeah, 14 of them. Over 12 games.
Harris, right. Step back, right on the way. Good! Is right. And Smith, great rebound, turning.
Got his body into him and got that offensive rebound.
Grady Dick has been terrific. He's got 9 rebounds. They go with 8 points. Shot fake. Yes, a Fu corner. Yes! Harris searching. Clock is down. Wilson. Adams. Yes! Lead is 3. John Michael Wright against Wilson. Draws contact.
Get himself to the free throw line and then knock him down.
Harris, pocket pass, Adams!
As an undersized 5-man.
Lead is 3. Swooping to the... John Michael Wright has controlled this game. 19 points for him. Thompson. He's got 17. Cisse, Anderson.
Yeah, they're looking for Thompson. Beautiful.
3.
Beautiful.
Yes!
Hit it. The well-executed quality shot.
Wilson crossover. Corner 3. McCullough. Yes! It is open.
Wow.
And it's a 3. And he missed it. Wilson the rebound, and he's fouled.
Makes it. You attack, push it up. If you can get a 3 off penetration, you shoot it, but your thrust should be to the rim.
Thompson looking for a screen. Step back. He's got it! Oh, man! 13 seconds left. Pettiford. Harris. Adams. 5 seconds left. Anderson in front court. Stripped. Anderson inbound. Thompson. He's fouled, I think. No. For Cisse. It's broken up.
Whew. Just keep banging him around. He steps up.
Davis now drives. Banks it home.
That hesitation right there froze the defense. And right now,
Timeout again, Kansas.
it is all Carolina.
14 unanswered for the Tar Heels. Forget about your concerns about the Baycott ankle. He got 10 points and 7 rebounds. Carolina is all systems go right now late in the first half.
That big defense by Leaky, though. Leaky Black has done a great job on Ochai Agbaji. He's got to keep moving. They really don't have any place to go other than perimeter play right now. Nobody on the box that can dominate.
That's stolen away. Puff Johnson able to control it.
Look at the hustle.
Baycott blocked by Brown after another offensive rebound. All supercharged in the interview. It took that energy to the huddle.
One thing he has done with this team, he has willed this team and helped them get to this point.
What you're saying is Tracy energized you. Basically, he got them going. This is what they love the most. Little pin down, ball screen.
Davis.
Nice rebound.
Rebound underneath. Puff Johnson.
Well, I'm going to start eating cereal, by the way. That's how he got that name.
We got 2 guys went to Baycott to try to block him out, and Puff Johnson gets in there. Great anticipation, great finish before the clock expires.
Puff with a little magic.
How about 8 rebounds at that end of the floor for Carolina? 4 of them by Baycott. And it's a 15-point margin, Tracy, at halftime.
Brown Wilson averaged 2 for 15. And they got to get going as well. You might see Coleman coming in, Coleman Lands, excuse me. Nice play on the...
Oh, there you go. Rattle the rim with that one.
Nice little play, dive by the big fella.
This beautiful play to start the half, a little alley-oop to establish McCormick, a screen and roll. Love not there on the weak side.
And that's AT&T 5G taking us above the rim. Baycott. McCormick always flirting there with a 4th. No call. Brown driving in. He needs to start going offensively.
And then he drive kicks.
Love.
Tough shot. Nice check out.
And a good box out by McCormick. Get it to single digits in a hurry.
A little different on both ends of the floor. Listen to the
Power by Brown with a second basket in 2 trips. Davis got it all the way to the corner. Love is left open. And he's going to take advantage. Now Love with a floater. And McCormick says, I'll take that.
Give it up.
2-on-1. Brown to Wilson.
Nice.
It's going to be goaltending.
Gave it up too late.
To get it with McCormick in the area. And what a possession to keep him alive. Love.
Good stuff. Boy.
Once again, second chance opportunities. Give this team 3 shots at it on possession. They're too good offensively.
A little bit of a read, maybe a ball screen later. Tough shot by Brown.
Now taps it up, though.
And they need him going, no question
He's
about
going
it.
now during the first 4 minutes of the second half. After only 2 points in the first half. Love.
Wow, I don't know about that one.
Up ahead, Wilson charging toward Manick, who stood his ground. And they're going to call it on Manick, and the basket counts.
Excuse me, 82 in the tournament, 71 all year long.
And it's down to 7, just like that. From 15 to 7.
McCormick outside trying to keep Baycott away.
Bocci foul behind the line. 3 coming. Kansas's 31st consensus first team All-America.
Those 3 fouls.
They sure
Do
are.
it again here, Grant.
Everything but.
McCormick ends up with the ball. Kansas running up the floor.
Got to go to Brown, maybe.
Harris off the glass, his first hoop of the game. 8-0 run by Kansas. Davis in a
Nice
hurry.
pass.
Baycott on the way in, and McCormick got his fourth.
I think Brown. I think Brown got him.
I think he reached in, yeah.
Right here, Baycott receives the ball. Brown, they both swiped down, but Brown was the one that got him on that left wrist.
McCormick right to the paint he goes. Puts it in.
Nice job.
He's going to drive on Harris and lose it. They got 2-on-1. Brown will challenge Love, and the game's down to 1.
Abaji with the nice look, closing that timeout right now. But open floor, Jayhawk, kind of basketball.
12-1 stretch for Kansas. Now look at this a moment ago, leading to the Carolina timeout.
And that's Kansas basketball at its best in transition. Great concentration at the rim, getting to the basket. A lot of emotion and passion. Kansas back in this ball game, fellas.
Jerry Harkness on that Loyola team. Now you got to think, what is a good shot? Everything he does, he thinks is a good shot.
Yeah, that was a good shot.
Points in the paint. 9 field goals in the second half, 7 coming in the paint. They struggled in the first half, but they've been able to execute here in the second.
Nice post.
Brown's going to put this one down.
And the big adjustment Bill Self has made, he's got McCormick high. Johnson on him. It's not leaking with those 4 fouls. Abaji's got to get going.
Puff Johnson on the assist by Baycott.
So they can get away with that. And McCormick, a pretty good passer from that high-low action.
Here's their favorite little pin down and curl. Nice seal.
Drives it in, and the basket goes.
A little blow by the big fella sealing.
And so, Raph, we saw that in the first half.
Same play, right?
Same play. They must teach that at Kansas. A great drive, but McCormick sealing off Baycott.
At Milwaukee, his dad played there for Ron Hunter.
How about that? Oh, Georgia State now with Tulane. Had a great year for Tulane.
And Abaji hits a free throw. This game is tied. Jayhawks looking for the lead. They last led with 9 minutes to go in the first half at 18-16. Gives it to him with the 3. Danny Manning said, let's go, and Harris steals it. Gives it up. Wilson up and in.
What a great play. Body searching. Steal. Nice layoff, and I just love that. Attack the big fella. And finish. Oh, the halftime talk, don't you think? Not really getting down. He just stays out there.
Davis, good move.
And I like that. Davis attacking McCormick.
This is their go-to. Usually back screen the big to the box.
Davis.
Well, he can stop and get the puppies organized with the best of them. Big-time delivery. An articulate, enjoyable young man.
I had him slated as an analyst. Davis trying to set something up. Going to drive on Martin. Gave it up at the last second to Johnson. And boy, is he giving them good minutes off the bench.
Careful with Remy if it's a kick.
Remy from the corner, and he's hit another one.
I'll tell you what, it's a little almost, that's that back screen lob, and now they got a pin down.
And Baycott just swats it out of there.
They didn't wait for the play to develop.
Love, tap, out to Carolina. Johnson, who's starring tonight for the Heels.
Abaji at the top of the key.
He's got 9 for the game, 7 coming in the second half.
And Roy dying on the sideline there.
Wilson likes this shot. That's why.
You really don't have anything unless you're this talented.
Abaji.
Should have backed it out.
Baycott also influenced that shot.
He is exhausted the backcourt too.
Look at that go somehow. Wow. His back turned to the basket.
And that would be the way to go, I think.
Martin. Tough shot. Oh, he got it right off the top of the window. Number 4 for him. Martin giving huge boost off the bench for the Jayhawks, who lead it by 4. 2 shots for Baycott, who's 7 out of 11 from the line. Tracy, over to you. Baycott, 98 rebounds in this tournament and hits 2 big free throws.
Mannix got what he wants inside.
Love, though, wants it. Love.
And Manic got the rebound because of that mismatch. Remy stuck on him. Boy, yes, he played well.
You said it best. They didn't see it, but Love getting to the rim. And Martin unable to box out Manic. Manic been kind of quiet here in the second half. Big time offensive rebound.
Yeah, he hasn't scored in this half. Got 2 free throws coming. Graduate transfer, played 9 games in his career against Kansas.
Power. They pushed him under with that strength. Plenty of time. Dribble drive, fine.
7 to shoot.
What a screen by McCormick.
Martin shot.
Oh! Whoa, the little guy. Big time ticker for the moment.
And he settled down once he got his 2,000th point, and he's been unreal since.
And he pointed at Jim.
Love with the layup.
And McCormick just backed off, didn't want that foul. Smart play, really. Got to keep Manic off the glass.
Love.
And they don't.
Oh, up Manic. You saw that coming, Raph.
Goodness. Nobody sought out Manic rising to the occasion. Woo, I think we all ought to grow a beard. We can play this good. Dribble drive, attract attention. Brady, alert. Hara, Oklahoma, smiling big time. Big time finish. A little back cut they like to run.
And now Wilson. They've got Manic behind McCormick. Misses the hook shot, but got it back. Wants it again. Wants it. Puts it up. Got it.
That's what they want from him. Get involved.
Love. Takes it in. Martin got a hand on it. Knocked it out with 6 to shoot.
You said it. He was determined on this play. Missed the first shot. Had 2 people on him. Was not going to be denied. Beautiful touch. And Raph right here, the little fella.
Remy, you don't see him soaring big time. Big play. 6 left. Short clock now.
Baycott with 4.
He
slips on the floor, and he's hurt. He is hurt. He slipped, and he is still down.
There's that wide set they like to run.
High-low action right now.
Yeah, that's
Wilson.
their game right there.
McCormick.
You got to go up.
Manic trying to keep him away, and he hits another one. 2 straight down the floor.
Got to go quick.
19 seconds.
Oh, a settle.
Way outside.
A settle.
Ball tipped around. Carolina got it back. 9 seconds to go. Johnson, who's back out here, short with the shot. Manic kicks to the corner and throws it away.
Unbelievable.
They go to Love. Love's going to be the one to take it. Puts up the shot. It's off. The game is over. And Kansas completes the biggest championship comeback all time.
Lake John has had 7 kids from Warrenburg in his program at one point.
Well, there's the first pressure free throw on the front end of the 101.
With 2:12 to go. They may be going to use him on defense and get him out on offense.
Bangs them both. 9-point bulge now. It's a 16-4 stretch here for the Tigers.
3-point shots have got to be in order for Kansas.
They were 5 down at halftime. 14-point swing. Chalmers had to give it up. Arthur way outside. Hits a sweet shot for a 2.
And Jim, that's the worst shot you can take in basketball at this time. 1 foot farther out, you've got a 3.
They get an outside shot that comes from one of their biggest players.
Right. You're looking out here, you probably want to put Taggart on the line.
Collins with the steal. He got it over to Chalmers. Back out. Big 3. Hits the shot. We're down to 4.
That was the play they needed.
Makes the steal. Hits the 3.
Full court pressure here, Jim, and there's a quick foul, but what Memphis might be thinking about is going long against this pressure.
And you got to think this is one of them, though.
Absolutely.
Douglas Roberts with a 1-and-1. His team 7 of 10 tonight. And coolly knocks it down. One more. Calipari calling this the dream team.
Even if he makes it, it's just a 2-possession game still, but I think they need to be looking 3. 2-possession game if they can get 3s.
Will the dream come true, or will Kansas come back? 1:30 to go.
Taking a lot of time to get this shot up.
Chalmers. Trying to step back, trying to find some open space for a three. It's not there. That's going to be Dorsey's fifth.
Oh, not a good foul, but Dorsey got caught on the switch. And there it was, a Georgetown team back in his home area. Very proud of that victory.
Kansas has made 8 out of 9 at the line tonight. The last 8 have been good. 1-1, Chalmers. Back to 4, 62-58. Gets rid of it in a hurry. Douglas Roberts, he wants to get to that free throw line.
You better be careful out there. You've got Chalmers and Robinson, 2 great stealers of the ball, double teaming him.
Chalmers makes an appeal. He thought he made a clean play. 83% in the tournament at the line, and he shot 60 free throws. 1-1. Not this time.
Dropped his hand down. Did not stay with that shot. You don't need a 3 here.
They're going down low. Arthur puts up the shot, banks it in. Inadvertently rolls around the rim off the glass, down to 2.
But Jim, they will have to give up the ball here. They can't hold it.
Kansas on a 9-2 stretch. Almost. Chalmers. Anderson calls timeout with 44 seconds to go. What a championship night. What a game it's been.
And Jim, Calipari said to Rose, don't give up the ball.
Collins is defending Rose. Driving is Douglas Roberts. Shot.
Great job by Rush.
Here comes Collins in Kansas. The 2 will tie it. No whistle at the other end. Memphis with the numbers up ahead. Douglas Roberts will take it to the hole and it'll go to the line.
2 losses in the 50s. One to Indiana, 69-68. And one to the triple overtime to North Carolina, 54-53.
2 shots here. And that one's woefully off the line.
But do you see how he pulled back, Jim?
Is that point that was reviewed and taken away off the Rose shot again. Really missing by a wide margin, but it's Dozier keeping it for the Tigers.
Now they can hold it all the way here.
And a foul first. It'll send Rose to the line. They're in the double bonus.
He backed off as well.
Wow.
Look at where his feet are compared to where he released the shot. He's back a foot and a half.
It's called pressure. He's got one more, and Kansas, at the very least, will have a shot to tie it with 10.8 seconds.
Stayed with that one.
Kansas has made only 2 threes on the night. They must make one here to extend the game. Collins driving, almost lost the handle. Chalmers for the tie. Got it with 2 seconds. Unbelievable. Dozier at midcourt for the championship. No, we're going to overtime in San Antonio. At the top of the key with players draped all over him. Only the 3rd 3 of the night.
And that was all net, Jim, but again, free throw woes, and we said, can you make them under pressure?
Overtime coming up for the national title. That's what you said. Oh, the steal. It's Collins. Trying to get past Rush. He's looking over to Rush. Rush waits with the body control. Kansas up 2 in OT.
Lack of ability to make and clutch free throws.
Collins had some clutch plays, didn't he? That steal and the 3, that was huge. Laying it on the rim, and Arthur knocking it down. Chalmers to Arthur, and Kansas is up 4.
No Dorsey.
Can open up the gap at 2:45 to play in overtime.
Chalmers should have been cutting baseline.
Gives it back. Arthur swings it over Jackson, and the big guys do it again inside. Douglas Roberts will be 2.
Much better job there.
Down to 4. Douglas Roberts wants it, kicks it. Dozier. Back to Douglas Roberts. He'll step back for the 3. And Jackson muscles for the rebound. There's Rush left alone. Dozier defending. Shot short. Rush again. This time lays it in.
Poor defensive balance.
Rush broke early. Back up to 6.
Now you got to go 3.
Minute to go.
Got to go 3.
Douglas Roberts, here's the shot. Got it! And it's a 3-point game with 56 seconds. He snaps it over to Collins.
So you really have 4 ball handlers on the floor right now. That was a dangerous pass.
Dozier almost got there in time. They skip it back over to Chalmers. And they'll send him to the line.
Wow, I was surprised at that.
So Chalmers, after he hit the 3, the Kansas fans will never forget. And he delivered on the 1-on-1.
I didn't like that strategy.
The senior right here on the Final Four floor the day before the semifinal. Now up to 5.
Rose has got to bring that and pick that ball up. You can get it.
Well, he waited a while, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
I thought he was threatening a 5 count.
Could have had a 5-second call.
Douglas Roberts short with the lay-in. Ball on the floor. Taggart tries to get it over to Rose. Kansas fighting for it too. And the arrow is going to Kansas.
Now, Taggart was going to try to call timeout and probably should have.
It looked like he was trying to get there, trying to get his hands in the timeout position. Right here.
You're right there. You see, he tried to call a timeout and saw a teammate.
Kansas ball with 30 seconds.
How about a back screen for Dozier on some kind of lob? They don't have it.
How about Rose doing something here in overtime?
He's got to go quickly.
Douglas Roberts. Long with the shot. Collins with the board.
Got a foul.
They get Collins after he passed it away.
This will be 2 now, right, Jay?
It's double bonus the rest of the way.
Last time Memphis in a championship game, they had UCLA 39-39 at halftime, and then it got
How about that one? Rattling around, spinning around, and dropping. And now the one that can make it a 3-possession game.
touch, you stay with it.
Yeah.
How many different objects did that hit before it went down? The old Michael Jordan, Larry Bird commercial.
Guys, their biggest lead of the night. Memphis, desperation time. They were so close to seeing the dream become a reality. Rose with the 3. No. Rebound, Arthur. Kansas can taste it. They come back from 9 down in regulation. A Kansas comeback for the history books. Rock Chalk Championship. Kansas takes the title.
You got to stay in front of your guy. He gets by you and creates all kinds of problems.
And a takeaway for Horford. Now it's Hill. And Robinson flips it up and in.
I'll tell you one thing, this Gators team, talking to people about them, I wasn't getting these kind of reports when I'm watching here today. They're playing hard, they're playing together. Right there, nobody blocked out. Good job of playing the ball screen right there by the Gators.
Mason short, but gets his own miss. Launches. Wow. And Kansas here at home, number 11 team in the land, trying to chip away at a 13-point Florida advantage. A little bit of a surprise.
I smell a run.
Road.
I smell a run. I can feel it. I can feel it. They're going to lock it up defensively, Kansas. They want to get really back. Here come the Jayhawks.
They want him taking that shot.
Here come the Jayhawks. Here come the Jayhawks.
Mason.
Here come the Jayhawks. I told you he's a driver and a slasher. And that helps you to play defense as well. It brings a little spirit to your club defensively. A little more bounce.
Walker flips it up and in. Bought a ticket and went as a fan.
Did I say it the way you wanted me, Jason? I know you're listening. Oh, wide open. Look at him break down defensively.
Inside Oubre couldn't finish. Look at Alexander.
He's so active inside. That's Hall of Fame numbers.
Last foul on Dorian Finney-Smith, his second. Graham feeds Alexander, flips it up and in.
Looks so smooth, so graceful. That's it, bring it to him.
Selden inside. Selden gets it to go.
And that's what he does well. Wide open.
Huge. Robinson. Chiozza, good look.
You know, Robinson's giving him some positive minutes here. Joseph with the good look, but he was wide open.
Alexander couldn't finish, but he's fouled.
I see nothing but stardom ahead for this kid.
Florida with 3 turnovers in the last 14 seconds.
Out of course trouble.
Selden will try and hit. And interesting to watch the combos. Devontae Graham has played some significant minutes, the freshman for Kansas. Selden now, he's got 17, make it 19.
Feels pretty good right there.
Taking his mind off of his offense, it's come more easily.
From the line, but Bill Self pointed out, look, last year when he really blossomed, it was during conference play. He struggled early on.
They're sharing games because other than Kentucky, when you look at the SEC, it is not super strong. I would look to get the ball to Alexander.
They had to take him out because they stopped the game. I beg your pardon.
I would like to get the ball in Alexander. No, he said forget about it. Selden said, no, I'm feeling it.
One away from the limit. Meanwhile, the freshman Alexander at the line. Mason still messing with that right ankle. Alexander 7 for 7 from the strike.
Yeah, 7-7. That's unbelievable. Freshman. That's pretty good when you see a big guy with that kind of stroke on the free throw line. I mean, he's a PT kid. I don't care. He's coming off the bench. Short-armed it. Short-armed it. It is all Kansas the last 5 minutes. They are the attackers. You don't have to be a mathematician to figure that out. Kansas has outscored them by 21. By 21. 22. 16 for 20 on the line. He wants to run the ball up the floor. Strong and agile, John. Really so much agility.
Oh, how about that move?
That's that turnaround over the left shoulder. He does that so well. Billy Donovan, what a record. Second all-time in the SEC to Adolph Rupp. 49 years of age, and a lot of coaching in front of him, and a lot of wins in front of him. They've done a great job on Frazier. Their leading scorer, he finally knocks one down there, but they needed him to put some points out earlier.
24. Make it 25 at 30.
They averaged 28 trips. They got 30 today. Bring the ball out. Back it out. Clock is on your side. UAB lost to Miami, Georgetown, and North Carolina. First time in a long time, 3-4 at this time of the year.
Well, this is the first time that they haven't been in the top 25 of the AP poll since January of 2011. So it's been a while.
Spread the ball out. Great win for Kansas because they had to come back the way they did. Down 15, buddy, and they came back and got it done. Rock chalk Jayhawks.
Bill Self's team in the second half outscores Florida 47-26.
Back guarded by Harris. He hit it again.
And then can you do it a second half? And this is a heat check coming out of halftime, Ted. And that's
Abaji guarding Noel. 7 to shoot. Bradford. The lefty hook goes. Davion Bradford.
It's a pass first game he's playing this afternoon.
Abaji connects from downtown. McCormick wants it. Over Bradford, tough angle. Abaji, the putback. McCormick, another offensive rebound. Brown. Wilson. Kansas is crushing Kansas State on the offensive glass.
And let me tell you.
Brown, the floater, that's good. Christian Brown started 1 for 6.
Even at his size, he's been leaving his area to go retrieve the rebound or keep rebounds alive.
Jalen Wilson puts it in. Kansas within 6. Pack drives against Martin. The foul. The bucket. Nigel Pack is going nuclear.
What he's done from three-point range, Ted, you think he's just a three-point shooter. He is not. He's got both of them. Boy, he just goes right through a couple Kansas defenders.
Again off the bounce. Circus shot doesn't fall this time. Wilson in transition. Fouled. Count it. +1 for Jalen Wilson.
Good, efficient he is every game.
Not many off nights from Nigel Pack. Not many from Agbaji either. He feeds Lightfoot for 2. Kansas within 6. They were down 16 at the break. Martin whistling his way to the basket for 2. Now a 4-point game. Agbaji slashing. He lays it home.
Trying to confuse everybody. He went down to the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, it's our ball.
Can't blame him for trying.
Knocks another one down. Brown found space and he lays it in.
Going to be solid if you're Kansas right here. You can't gamble as the shot clock winds down.
Noel turns the corner again, going reverse. Another circus shot.
K-State backcourt win. I mean, you have the shooting from Pack today. You have the ability of Noel to break down.
We need to start getting wins for Bruce Weber. They followed it with wins over Texas Tech and Texas. Noel drains the triple. Harris in transition. In too deep. McCormick. Emphatic. 4-point lead.
A nice flash here from McCormick.
Or Nigel Pack for that matter. Career high 33. Defended by Brown. Right down the chute. Who has 16 points and 6 assists. The drive on Brown rejected. Out of bounds. Agbaji, the leader. Kansas has its first lead since it was 7-5.
Same play as we just went over, but Agbaji counters it. Instead of coming over the top, reverses directly.
Into Noel, the half-court heave. A classic comeback by Kansas.
Final seconds of the first half. KJ Adams is in a freshman from Austin, Texas. McGusty sizing him up. Oh, it can get tough inside, a little bit gnarly, and that was the Kansas defense holding him right to the very end.
Unreal defense by the freshman KJ Adams Jr. Think about that. He has not played at all really over the last 2 ball games.
And he dodges a defender. He'll try to throw it up. Intercepted by Wilson. Picked up by Brown. The other way, Harris. Here comes McCormick.
And this is a great outlet pass. Wardenberg is at a complete disadvantage. Really well executed on the 2-on-1 break. And when your center runs the floor like that.
And KU will inbound. McCormick and Wardenberg. Across the lane. He struggled the other night against Providence, but that was a beautiful move across right there. Two minutes gone. Probing on top, McGusty. Works on Wilson, who has yet to score. McGusty at 2, right down the hatch.
It's re-energized college basketball with these young men being able, and women being able to go anywhere they want.
Agbaji.
Well, welcome to the tournament, Mr. Agbaji.
He's got 8.
First team All-American, and he has to be more aggressive. And I know that's easier said than done, but this is a guy that averaged 20 in Big 12 play. But Agbaji had 2 feet in the paint, Darren.
Moore, Poplar, boy, they're all falling all over the floor, blowing one tire after another. Brown!
Sometimes you're open for a reason.
Brown! Ring it up! Moore lost it. Another turnover by Miami. Here comes Agbaji, hot and high. Moore trying to find an escape hatch and nothing there. Agbaji got the screen, switch on defense. Shot clock at 6. Wong, jab step, long shot won't go. Agbaji, down court, Wilson. Corkscrews one up and off. McCormick The Jayhawks on a 9-0 run after trailing at halftime. It's the Elite Eight on CBS. Wilson the other way.
I think too quick for Miami.
Pickpocketed Wilson. Joseph McGusty.
And he has to be the guy, right?
McGusty. Knocked away. Tried to machete his way in, knocked away. Abaji the other way. Saved by Wilson. A three, Abaji. Here comes McGusty with 17. Weaving through traffic. And put back up and in by Jordan Miller after Lightfoot got a hand on it. Nine to play. Brown. Martin lets it rip. Second chance point, 17-0 KU.
Martin up to 9 points now, 4 of 8 shooting.
Wong.
So he's not 100%, but given 100% of effort out here.
Look at that slicing move by Harris. What a play.
And I like this pairing of having both Martin and Harris. Harris with the beautiful reverse move. Look at this. That is just gorgeous.
Play. It is. Wilson, Lightfoot, they blitz him. Doesn't matter.
Well, size matters, and they are just absolutely destroying them in the paint.
Wow, if you could make threes, that is
what a pass by Lightfoot.
This is just a great backdoor cut, and what a pass by Lightfoot. McGusty trying to overplay because they're looking for steals, and Abaji makes them pay for it.
Wow. Kansas 16 assists on 26 made baskets.
Going to get a lot of offensive rebounds.
McGusty 14 and a half. Only 4 here in the second.
Martin, Lightfoot, Parrish shooting in.
Just nothing doing for Miami in this second half.
Well, in this second half, Kansas showed why they are a #1 seed. Look at the hugs over there for Bill Self and his coaching staff. This is a great feeling for them as well. It never gets old.
The Kansas Jayhawks are going to the Final Four for the 16th time in their 50th NCAA tournament.
Nice look. Holtnews hit 2 threes. Not that time. And now we'll see if Mason takes it all the way. Trailer fouled.
For Perry Ellis, one of the classiest young men in all of college basketball.
That they're investigating. So just to be cautious, he's not playing.
To the foul line where he's only 67% on the season.
This is the first even attempt at the line in the second half for West Virginia. He made some clutch ones last week, win against Texas. A right thumb still wrapped up. Makes them both big free throws for the big man.
Bob Huggins almost went to the same strategy that he went against Texas last week. Pressed all the first half as Page misses air balls to 3.
Oubre in the open court with the foul.
Or Devin Williams there, and then a little bit of body contact from Page. Draws the contact there. He's bringing that basketball up with his weak hand and then goes to his dominant hand for the soft touch off the glass.
Carter out to Phillip. The 2-point jumper is good.
So Green, who is just about automatic, and it's the double bonus. Makes the first. 1:55 to go. College basketball live, and a lot to talk about when we're finished here in Lawrence.
Watch for a home run pass.
And they threw it to nobody. There's nobody there. Oubre with 4 fouls back in. Amari Traylor down the lane off the glass. Green 3. No good, but Traylor hustles and grabs the offensive rebound. Kansas is 0 for 15 from 3, and they've got a chance to win the game. He made the second.
Make or miss. Now you're down 3. You try to attack early. Give yourself a chance to get to the rim. Maybe draw a foul. Don't need the 3 off a pull-up. Only off a kick-out.
Mason down the lane. Mason scores. Bill Self will use his final timeout. He missed the first. Carter gets the second one, so that is big. Here comes Graham.
Watch for the dribble handoff here.
He tried to do it, and he gets fouled. He made the first.
That wins the game.
He made it. Tie game.
West Virginia, the best offensive rebounding team in the country.
6-6 the last time this game was tied. Here we go. Carter 3, no good. Adrian, and a block. And this game will go to overtime.
I want to see Frank Mason with the ball. He's been the maestro, the catalyst for this team.
Graham to the basket, and Kansas has the lead. The last time they led, it was 6-4. Miles, open 3. West Virginia grabs it right back. Perry Ellis has missed the second half with a knee problem. Cliff Alexander sitting out again tonight. Here's Traylor from inside the lane. Just kind of bricked it. Gets his own miss. Now gets closer. It's a blocking foul. And count the basket. There's Alexander with the eligibility problem. Ellis with the injury. They have needed everything from Traylor. And he completes the three-point play. West Virginia led by as many as 18 in this game. Lucas made 1 of 2. Carter, foul.
He's putting his team in capable hands with Carter. I've been very impressed by him over the course of the Big 12 season.
Lots to talk about on another wild night in college hoops. Kentucky surviving, Kansas trying to survive. In the backcourt, now they got to get it across. Dangerous pass, they did. Traylor!
Dwayne Selden doesn't come down with the ball, and Jamari Traylor has been a man in the second half. Over 2 Mountaineer defenders, throwing it down with tremendous force.
They're feeding Traylor now. Graham, shot fake on the 3. Shot partially blocked, rebound, and Traylor's going back to the line. He made that second one. So now Carter with the ball on the offensive end. A minute 35 to go. Daxter Miles has had a career night. Draws a foul. He makes that one, so that's a big free throw. Lead back to 2 for the Jayhawks. And West Virginia sets up that press. Selden just did get the ball in bounds. Now Graham is trapped. Now
Lucas was open, but Lucas, the big man, Mason kept it himself. Mason goes all the way. Shot clock down at 15. Bill Self wants Mason to use some of that clock. Again to the bucket, draws a foul. A real test on the road in Athens, Georgia. West Virginia's got to hurry now. Carter kicks it back to Daxter Miles. His three is good.
First, and then maybe look for kickouts to Connor or Daxter Miles.
Mason makes them both. So now West Virginia, no matter what they do, they got to hurry. Carter, three, too strong, trailer rebound, and no foul. Well, the Kansas Jayhawks, in remarkable fashion, have the Big 12 championship to themselves.
But not one that's going to just put you away.
Mason for three. Short. Tariq Phillip tries to go coast to coast and finishes with the left hand.
There he is right here, going to go to the basket, change direction, go to the left hand, lays it up on a glass, and gets the conversion.
Carter called for his fourth.
With all the quality basketball they've given them over the years, you stay here and support these kids. You can't be just a front runner. You can't just be there when they're winning and winning and winning.
Graham gets some room. Off to the right, offensive rebound. Landon Lucas. Fresh shot clock, and Mason straight away with a step back. There's a big three for Frank Mason and a timeout.
That, my friends, scouting, preparation, Bob Huggins and his staff, great job of challenging on the three.
Missed them both, hit the backboard first.
Not even close. They better lock up the three ball now because they're going to be looking for that three.
Graham for three. Got it!
The three ball can change things quickly. It's the deal if they make their free throw. That's big right there.
Two at the line for Tariq Phillip. Mason will drive it with the left hand.
What a terrific drive right there by Mason. Petersburg, West Virginia.
The lead down to 5.
Boy, he looks really good on the free throw line. You can feel the intensity of how much he wants to win. 4 in a row.
Runs down the loose ball. Graham on the drive. Draws another foul.
You don't want to foul there. 14 with a couple minutes to go. And here it is, you're fighting for survival. Played here at Kansas. His name, the Michelangelo of coaching, Dean Smith of North Carolina. He was unbelievable.
Phillip turns
look
it
at
over.
this.
Mason can't let it go, but Lucas goes. It's a three-point game. Right foot gives the foul.
Turnover City. Turnover City. And there's the follow-up on it. This shot. Talk about hungry kids that want it. They're not true fans.
5-point lead.
Look at that pressure now.
Mason needs help. Valuable seconds ticking off the clock.
Well, it's a big, big-time possession.
Graham for three. Yes!
Oh, West Virginia played for the first 35 minutes. Never, ever count out the Jayhawks.
Adrian gets it into Phillip. Tough spot. Double team. Throws a wild one. Bolden lost it. Kansas has it.
If I'm West Virginia, I think I'd rather have somebody else throw the ball in other than Adrian and get the ball to Adrian.
Mason may have been fouled on the drive. He was. Frank Mason is about to go to the free throw line to see if he can tie it with 21.6 to go.
Can you believe this?
This is incredible.
An incredible turnaround.
West Virginia has a timeout left.
They've been panicking against that press.
We are tied.
We are tied. Can you believe it?
Carter gives it up to Phillip. 6 seconds to go. Phillip with 3 seconds to go. Tries a three. Off the mark. Bowden's got it. That won't count. We are going to overtime. Under a minute and a half to go in the first half.
As they double up on Mason.
Graham for three. Got it.
They lead.
Has his pocket picked by
Good
Jackson.
play right there.
Crosses over. Got it.
What a big-time offensive move right there.
Bragg in the corner with 10 to shoot. Jackson bails him out, lost his balance. Somehow finds Bragg, 5 to shoot.
Bounce bounce.
Devontae Graham for three. Whoa! And now you can't wait if you're West Virginia. Ahmad will drive it and throw it down. He's 73%. His first trip tonight.
Can't feel sorry for themselves right here. Under 37 seconds left.
Mason gets it across.
I'll tell you.
A near steal from Lamont West.
It's amazing. I can't believe what I'm looking at. Scoreboard.
Myers fakes Mason. It's a three.
He can shoot the three ball.
4-point game again.
It's his strength.
You have to foul Landon Lucas as quickly as possible.
Carter certainly came on. Missed him.
Two misses. But Adrian lost it out of bounds.
Can't believe that. Cannot believe that. The magic of the five has raised its head big time. And now they're here down 4.
No timeouts. Jackson throws it away. Tariq Phillip can't score it. There's Adrian with the follow. It's a 2-point game. 8.8 seconds to go.
You got to foul right away now. Try for the steal.
West Virginia gets the press set up. It's into Mason, and he's fouled.
Oh, he's in rhythm. When you look at West Virginia, there's still a chance of going down. That's academic.
That's the last thing Kansas wants to do is foul.
Mason showed he's an All-American here late in this game.
West for three. Mason's got the loose ball. That'll do it.
Kansas allows 59.9 points per game. Texas has 49 points against this Kansas team with 2:48 to go in the first half. Here comes the lob. Look out. Durant catch and release. James, aggressive move. Good help. Chalmers knocked it free from the backside. Collins finds Chalmers a three. Mario Chalmers.
Yeah, that's what they need. They need to get a couple of stops, come down and make sure they make good decisions. Well done just then by Collins running the traffic. Oh, man.
Durant, straight away three. A freshman like this come into their arena. Kevin Durant. Off the mark, Abrams. Chalmers runs and spins it in. Mario Chalmers. Texas in front. Largest deficit at the half for Kansas this season, 5 against Oral Roberts, which was a loss. Sasha Khan getting the scoring started. Bullet feed is intercepted.
And Chalmers that time defensively with a good extension.
Right. Good step around Durant for the bucket. Bit of a walkthrough, didn't do much. As Rick Barnes tried to keep his team fresh for this matchup.
Nice catch.
And Khan with a chance for three. And it's Julian Wright who made it happen.
He sure did. A beautiful strip around the corner there. Watch Wright come around this little high screen there and gets one right in the gut of Khan. Bang, watch him. He almost has to defend himself to catch it. Get the hands ready, get them out there, but somehow he gets it.
By Wright. Khan at the line.
The rush is on Durant, and he's pointing to try to get him the ball one-on-one.
Abrams. And stolen away by Wright. Here's Wright looking to go coast to coast.
Oh, almost got a piece of that one going the other way.
Robinson. Oh, what a move.
Rick Barnes is going to have to talk things over, Ryan. He has no choice right now. And listen to this elevation of the crowd.
The Jayhawks have come alive. Early portion of this second half. 9-2 to open it up since the break. Chalmers will get it into the hands of Robinson. Plenty of time on the shot clock. The deficit is 5. Robinson will try it, a 3. Count it!
They're really trying to get the ball out of Augustine's hands, obviously, running 2 at him.
Here's Durant, baseline drive, gives it up, actually underneath. A lot of contact, no call. Chalmers the other way. Pull up 3.
Starting to pick up a little steam for them.
Jayhawks with a chance to regain the lead. Wright, extra feed to Kahn. Wright, high floater. Kahn doesn't get the roll.
Oh, look at Wright. First the interior passing and then the relentless effort on the offensive glass. But how about Wright with a great fingertip control?
Abrams a 3. So Kansas had its first lead since 4-3. Short-lived as Abrams nails it from the corner. Wright on a kick-out. Rush is open. Book it! 62-61 Kansas. Good hands by James. Saved by Rush.
Oh.
That's a 3. Air ball. Wright is there, and he lays it in. You can look at it one of 2 ways. They don't have that one go-to guy, but they have a lot of players that can hurt you. And there's Durant getting involved.
And that's usually the sign of a very good team. Good hands by Durant there. 2-on-1 break.
Here's Augustine, develops into a 3-on-1. And James rocks the rim.
More traditional 2-3 zone.
Collins, no good. And Rush has got it. Another offensive rebound for Kansas.
Yeah, we see Arthur really doing a nice job down deep. Here he goes again.
Roman baseline. The freshman Darrell Arthur. Mason with a high screen. Abrams lets it fly. Doesn't go for 3.
Look how fast Kansas is looking to get down the floor. There's Arthur going down and running well. He was open. They missed him.
Chalmers steps into it. And he's got it. Forced to exit with an apparent ankle injury. And it's 71-65. Abrams a 3. No. Hill, who just checked in for Durant. Offensive rebound. Abrams again. And he nails it.
Abrams, they should make sure they don't sacrifice the long one for the short drive to the basket. Because he's so good at it, he can find ways to get there.
Augustine will look to take over. There's Robinson. They'll try the inside. Wright on a kick-out. We are past the halfway point of this second half. Kansas leading by 1. High arcing delivery. Julian Wright nails it. Augustine sets and connects. 10 assists.
And I keep looking out to that door where Durant exited, hoping that it's just a tape job of the ankle for him.
Rush. Good look at a 3. 76-72. Long jumper. Abrams doesn't go. And rebound controlled by Jackson. Off the window. Collins one-on-one with Augustine. High screen set by Jackson. Here's Collins on the curl to the rim. No. Kahn rebound. Stick back goes.
That trip, and it did the last trip down the floor.
Texas has their original starting 5 out on the floor. Augustine, tough shot. Fadeaway goes.
Defensively, too.
Here's Augustine giving it up. Abrams spot up. Doesn't go for 3. And Rush rises up for the defensive rebound. Rush down the middle. A slash. Darnell Jackson rush the rim. The double overtime against Texas A&M and the triple overtime loss to Oklahoma State. Off the timeout, Augustine. Oh, that's nifty. Robinson gives it up to Chalmers. Under 2 minutes to play.
Oh, nice high screen by Arthur.
Chalmers, lob and flat. And Texas still has a chance. Augustine inside, no. James is there, and he cleans up the loose change. We found out about this Longhorns team and the resiliency that Rick Barnes has discussed. Jayhawks. Durant a 3. Count it.
I like the fact that the player walks to the line.
25.4, so they will trigger in. 3. Abrams, he nails it. It's a 2-point game. 23 seconds left. They get it into Wright, and a foul called.
You got a 64% free throw shooter at the line.
Julian Wright the sophomore. Short.
You don't need a three right now, and Augustine probably understands that as well as anybody.
Augustine gives it up. This is for the tie. No good, Mason. Augustine rebound. Pump. Lead. Rejected by Rice.
They got a foul in a hurry. They're spreading the court pretty well, though.
Oh, what a sequence.
And watch if he does miss it to get the ball to Augustine, run down the floor with Durant, and Abrams flaring.
He nails it. 90 to 86. 4 seconds left. Augustine with 3. Three-pointer doesn't go, and that's it. The Kansas Jayhawks.
Back at CenturyLink Center, Omaha, Nebraska, as we take a look at our game summary. Purdue at 48%. For the most part, that has been the shooting of Robbie Hummel. Kansas at 28%, 4 of 18 from three-point land.
If you're a Kansas fan, this game is eerily similar to the VCU game in the Elite Eight a year ago when VCU took Kansas out of their offense early and 22 for 62 overall.
8-point lead for Purdue. The double on Robinson finds Withy, and he scores.
That's the best possession they've had in this game in the next few minutes.
First field goal for the 7-footer Withy. Here's Smith. Ryan Smith. Robinson handling. Elijah Johnson. That's a big shot.
Kansas gaining its footing here in the second half. They have an understanding of how to play this game.
Jackson, put a nice move on, and then the foul by Bird. Purdue lead. What a move by Jackson. Not able to finish. There's Elijah Johnson going all the way. Yes, and it counts. Thomas Robinson has been held in check. Elijah Johnson, 9 on the shot clock, 7:44. Remaining second. For Hummel. 5-point Purdue lead. Robinson goes at Hummel and puts it home. Goes Glass.
What a move from Robinson for a big guy. Way off of the two guards.
Rutherford. Yes. Hummel brings it home. What a move. Jackson going left. Rejected. Robinson with the block. Kansas back in possession. Elijah Johnson for 3.
5 feet behind the three-point line. Drains it. Kansas with a 1-point lead.
They will meet in St. Louis on Friday night.
Kansas continues in this triangle and 2 ball.
Purdue trying to hold on against the 2nd seed Jayhawks of Kansas. Shot clock to 2. Here's Bird. Rutherford had it knocked away, but it's picked up. Oh, what a play!
This time Johnson, perfect pass to Taylor. The Jayhawks within 1. We are set up for an unbelievable finish.
Down to 5. Batted away, stolen by Elijah Johnson. Johnson to the rim. Kansas by 1. Down to 10. Hummel looking for the shot. Robinson is on it. Final seconds.
Could do it. And Kansas has to be aggressive. Don't worry about fouling. You have every right to this ball, just like Purdue does.
2.5 remaining. Withy got a piece of it. And here's Smith. This is for the tie. And Kansas coming from 11 back, trailing most of the way, pulling it out. They defeat Purdue 63-60.
I just don't know if Kansas has the type of speed, and obviously Withy is hurt too. He's not 100%.
Right.
He's trying to gut it out, but Bill Self might have to go back to better defensive matchups and trust that Robinson and Taylor can carry him offensively.
From the corner, English. Oh, they're deadly. Such a good shooting team. And it forces Bill Self to use a KU timeout. 17:34 to go in the ball game.
Kansas is not a high volume or high quality three-point shooting team. And there's Pressey doing what he does so well.
With 8 assists in the ball game.
I think he's had 5 games where he's had double-digit assists this season.
Taylor.
And they've got the ability to do that. Tyshawn Taylor can go on many runs himself, but you got to do it defensively. Stay focused and disciplined, but it's hard against a high-octane team like Missouri.
Johnson at the other end. Johnson, T-hand, this is Taylor. Tries to drive by, does. Johnson's spot up 3. And a foul is called.
Clear #1 team in the country, which they've been most of the season.
There's the double team. Here's Robinson. Turnaround jumper.
Tough shot there.
Yep. 11-3, Kansas run. From the corner, Dixon. They are deadly.
I think the Tigers will be content, Vern, to be methodical and patient in the half court because they've been able to get quality shots off dribble penetration.
How about that?
That's a tough shot there, but he can make tough shots, driving or pulling up for the jumper.
Dixon has 16, and again, he plays off the bench. Now he's had substantial minutes today because from the corner team.
Cut further into the deficit.
Look at the quick hands of Pressey. Got it away from T-hand. Here's Denman. Easy.
Tell you what, Pressey, flip Pressey available and rested for the stretch run.
Loose ball. English, how about that little in-the-air maneuver? Mizzou has not won here in the last 12 trips. There's Kevin Young.
Being courtside, nice penetration and bounce pass by Taylor. And a good job by Kevin Young to keep his cut alive. He availed himself to this pass by not cutting his cutoff short.
That's the 6th team foul, the foul on Moore of Missouri. Kansas with no fouls in this half. T-hand would tie them with Kansas, and they would have the tiebreaker edge if the two teams remain tied at the end of regular season play. Robinson. Pressey with 8 points and 10 assists. Taylor, nice. What a strong move.
I got one in the game.
So far, Vern, what's allowing Kansas to claw back is getting to the free throw line, but also some timely three-point shooting. And the defense has picked up a little bit.
After Relaford accomplished the strip, here's Taylor. Closely guarded foul on Pressey.
It minimizes the ability of Missouri to be aggressive defensively. That's what Phil Pressey is able to do.
T-hand got a part of it all ball. Robinson with a rebound. Here's Tyshawn Taylor. Takes it all the way.
Of Kansas has really picked up. And that happens when you have a big lead. You want to use clock, and sometimes you lose a little bit of your edge. They've got to get back to driving the ball and getting it inside. Defensively, he's got to really rein himself in to not come up with that 5th foul. He can't look to go for steals at all. Just be solid defensively.
What a pass from Elijah Johnson.
Here can dribble drive you, Tyshawn Taylor.
T-hand inside, Robinson off the glass.
Ratliff has the 4 fouls, Vern.
Oh, what a find. It's Pressey again. Relaford. He is now 4 of 7 at the line today.
Positioned themselves about 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
In terms of trying to close it out after having a lead. Pure.
Smooth.
Offense, defense substitutions here by Frank Hayes. Done a nice job. He's going to get Ratliff out of there now.
And Taylor on the floor. Here's Johnson.
Not opposed to a good look at the three if you get one. And that's what they're trying to do.
There's the dish. Robinson. Oh, he went down hard.
And he's fouled.
He is perfect at the line today. And appears to be just fine.
That's beautifully executed, partner. A little dribble weave action. If the three have availed itself. They've done all of the above. Can they get a stop here?
10.1 to go in a tie game. It's Pressey guarded by Johnson. Takes it all the way. Blocked. Tipped. Overtime. How fitting in the 267th game between these two old rivals. Robinson. Mr. Robinson, of course. Missouri has Pressey, English, Dixon, Denman, and Ratliff.
And Ratliff playing with the 4 fouls.
For 3. The first lead. Robinson, yes! Thomas Robinson has 27. Denman for 3. There's the answer of the season secure. 27 points, and that is his 11th rebound. Taylor, quick. Floater got 2 more. With Danny Manning as his captain in 88. From the corner. A forced shot. Loose ball.
Just settling and not probing and driving as much as they need to. I think Steve Moore will be back in the game.
Getting ready. From the corner, English. Back outside, Dixon. Guarded by Tyshawn Taylor. This for the lead. Yes! Denman!
Now Kansas, similar situation prior to the end of regulation. You go inside fairly quickly if you can.
What do you mean like that?
Picture perfect. That's the inventory of late game plays that every coach has.
Right.
He showed us a little something different here. Knew the ball was going to pressure up. You still want to have some time if you don't score to get an offensive rebound or foul to extend the game.
Denman. Jumper. Got it! 12.1 to go.
Got to get back to
Tyshawn Taylor. Off the glass, and he'll shoot free throws.
In this situation. You think I care?
Kansas leads, 8.3 remaining.
But you got to go faster than this.
3 to go. Robinson backs away. No shot. KU wins. The Jayhawks came from 19 down.
Tough call there on Tehan. I'm not sure he fouled him, but Smith rebounding wants to make sure they close this final 42 seconds of the half the right way.
And Smith gets them both.
And curling into his jump shot.
Now with 10 seconds to go in the half. Kraft taking on Taylor, driving in, and caught underneath. Midcourt with 2 seconds. Taylor inside. Rutherford in time. What a boost going to the locker room. Oh, they made it by a fraction.
Kraft went a little early on that drive, and that allowed Kansas just enough time. Look at the block from Withy. Great defense there, maintaining his ground. And then let's watch this. Does he get it off in time? Relaford really extending. And that is close, but it looks like it counts.
Yeah, maybe a tenth, maybe 2/10. And they pull it off, yes.
That was an excellent block, as you said, Steve, by Withy. Thad might have thought Kraft had gotten fouled, but off that replay, it was a clearly a good block, and just by a whisker and a big basket.
Critical thing in the second half for Kansas, just to get some easy baskets so that they can get that loose play that he's talking about.
Well, there's an easy basket. Sullinger, and then somehow in the arms of Thomas. Sullinger backing him in, and what a block by Withy. His best play of the night. His second block, and here comes Johnson driving in for two.
Well, the Jayhawks starting to come alive in the areas that Bill Self talked about at halftime. Getting the 50-50 balls.
Relaford slashing to the basket.
Ohio State really misses the presence of Deshaun Thomas as a guy who's a perimeter shooter. Ravenel is a role player.
And Robinson makes it a three-point game. That's Taylor feeding him. With a little extra sound effect to go with it.
Williams came in without really having played much at all in this tournament and made several big plays to keep Ohio State above water.
Well, it gives him a shot blocking presence to help out Sullinger defending Robinson.
That is Elijah Johnson. Sullinger, that's a two, way off. Now 0 for 6 in the half. Johnson driving in on Kraft, and he got it to go. Kraft, short, no, good shot, that's a three.
On the year, just 3 of 15 in the tournament coming into this game, though.
There's Thomas, tapped up and in by Sullinger. Young back on the floor for the Jayhawks. Again, Tehan out there with Johnson down. And Withy stays with it for Sullinger in that regular season matchup back in December when Kansas won at home. Linzel Smith hits the three-pointer.
Thus far, and they're trying to go to him now. No double team.
With a double team here. And Robinson steps over to hit the open jump shot.
Good look.
Whips it over to Kraft.
I think Aaron has to be ready to step into a shot on that pass.
Buford from the wing. That's a huge shot by the senior.
Amazing. Just took over that game offensively.
That is Tehan. Connor Tehan, who has a championship ring. He was a member of that 2008. Relaford down the floor, goes baseline and lays it in, down to one. Thomas Robinson, I thought, was going to grab hold of it, unable to.
I think Sullinger got a hand on that one, Jim, from behind. Deep post position.
There is Sullinger banking it in. Working hard for it inside, and coming out with it is Smith up ahead to Buford. Taylor trying to defend, no chance. Lead is back to 6. Showing his stuff.
He's tough down there. He's got the jump hook over both shoulders, and he has really picked up his aggressiveness here in the second half.
Bounce pass to Sullinger. What a block by Young. Kansas comes racing out with it. Johnson behind the back and hits the shot.
And because of his misses, Deshaun Thomas
to run when they cleanly rebound.
And there is Kansas in front.
74% on the year.
It just hasn't been.
Sometimes, though, a guy who struggled gets a free throw.
Defending Robinson with Ravenel, and then they'll try to get Thomas back into the game when Ohio State gets the ball back.
Stolen by Kraft. Kraft shielding and putting it up and in. Aaron Kraft with a huge moment in this game.
Got to get the ball inside to Robinson. Get the ball swung. Get it moving.
Taylor waits, and he is able.
Substitution catching Ohio State without him being able to get back in the game.
Kraft, no, and tapped out. Taylor has it. To Clifford, and he is hit hard by Ravenel. We saw his brother. 1:37 to go, and we're tied.
Kansas switching the crosses on the perimeter. Rutherford matched up with Kraft.
Buford blocked by Withy. Johnson, no one cuts it off. Banks it in.
Need to attack quickly. It doesn't have to be a three-point shot.
Here is Thomas. Thomas for the tie. The shot, no. And it's off the foot of Withy, who tries to save it. Back to Ohio State. Thomas again. Put back by Buford with authority with 9 seconds to play. Down to 1.
Made or miss, you've got to push the ball and make your decision accordingly. Time and score.
2 shots for the third-team All-America.
With a three-point lead. Beyond that, you've got to put pressure on the inbounder and try to force a tough shot.
And again, Ohio State, no timeouts. They have to react immediately.
I would foul as they cross half court before they get there.
You need to make that pass. Now you foul. Now you definitely foul.
Hey, Kraft tried to launch it like it was a shot. Ohio State's hit its last 12 free throws. Got that one. Well, here we go, guys. It's all coming down to this. They're going to say he left too soon. A lane violation on the shooter. Boy, he fired it up and took off.
Yeah.
Here's the inbounds pass. Kansas uncontested. They pull off the comeback.
Share the ball, get more movement on the offensive end. I think Kansas standing around watching each other too often. When it goes to Gooden, not much movement.
Kansas unbeaten in conference play. Jeff Carey, a senior, gets it to go. And a foul called on Nebraska inside.
A very valuable player for Roy Williams Ball Club. Jeff Carey, fifth-year senior.
Kansas has hit 2 threes. They're shooting 47% from the field. Boschee has one of those threes. Langford against Clemens with a fake. And a nice job. You got the cushion now. How don't you get too complacent?
Well, that kind of shot you don't need.
Right.
If you can turn the court or get it to the rim, but you don't want a running fadeaway.
Boschee for 3. Nails his second of the night. And Cohorn for 3. Missed everything. Gooden catches, and here comes Kansas the other way.
Good challenge by Brett Ballard.
Another 3 by an uncovered Jeff Boschee. Timeout, Nebraska. And the Jayhawks, the #1 team in the country, back in business.
Watch for the quick hit inside. They've got a guy open in the corner. Boschee found him, though.
Robinson for 3 over Carey. Wow. He's hit 2 threes. A screen by Carey, another 3, and a rebound by Carey to keep it alive. Gooden. Into Thomas, weaving down the lane. What a play. He's picked up by Boschee. Turek. And Robinson got his defender to fall on a 3-point shot. Good again. Conklin also there, and he's at the top. And gets the pass. Robinson getting the screen. Another 3. And now Nebraska with a 78-72 lead, and the 2 by Gooden. Robinson out there for Nebraska. Turek, Conklin, Cohorn, and Muehlheisen with the pass to Cohorn. Nice pass to Turek inside. What a finish. Personal foul. Nebraska again by 4 with 5 minutes to play. Heinrich to Gooden. And over Conklin.
Love the high screen and roll with Muehlheisen. See if he can take it. Doesn't do it.
Shot clock at 5. A 3 by Robinson. Wow. He's got 7. A mesmerizing performance by Robinson. It's a 4-point lead. Gooden inside. Back down to a 2-point game. And here comes Heinrich. Collison. 6 60 seconds left. Ballard for the tie.
The most unlikely of Kansas scores to put it up.
Kansas has come back to tie, and then Cohorn puts Nebraska back on top.
Carries numbers, and these guys are just simply taking the ball, releasing, all net again.
2-point game, 45 seconds to play in regulation. Ballard is in.
Boshi has been the key shooter down the stretch for Kansas, coming off down screens for this ball club.
Langford for the lead. Oh! What a shot by Langford. Conklin to inbound. Knocked away by Boshi.
Oh, what a play. Knocks some time off.
Picks it up. Robinson. Rebound turret. Can't put it back in. Kansas has stayed number one.